On today's episode, we're going to talk about a couple of things that can get me really fired up. So, this one's probably going to take a long time to edit. I'm Jason Piercey. That sounds like Darth Vader. I'm Jason Piercey. This is episode 3 of Keeping It More Real Than Real Estate. And we should probably just get right into the show because I'm kind of grumpy today. So, this first question comes from a first-time home buyer who booked a viewing on a property with the listing agent. Knows that this is not their agent. Doesn't want to buy the house through that agent. Doesn't feel like it's in their best interest. Viewing is booked. Her question is, when do I tell this agent that I'm working with another agent? My goal kind of for the show is to give good advice so you can make good decisions that are in your best interests and the best interests of your future, your family, whatever's most important to you. I want to be able to do this honestly and tactfully. I don't want to be rude and I don't want to be angry. But this particular question really honestly frustrates me a lot. Your mom said it best when you were a kid. Honesty is the best policy. It just is. There's no other way to look at that. Telling the truth works better than not telling the truth. Mark Twain is famous for saying, when you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything, which is true. People get caught lying because they don't tell the truth and they forget their own lies. This is a rant. I'm going on a rant. This is a rant. When do I tell this agent that I'm working with another agent? The best course of action, if you already have this viewing booked with a listing agent you have no interest in working with, is to go back in time and undo it. Obviously, you can't do that. That's ridiculous. What you need to do now is, as fast as possible, put your buyer's agent, who represents you, who has a regulatory and fiduciary duty to you, not to the seller, not to anybody else, just you. They need to call the listing agent and have what is sometimes a difficult conversation. Sorry, Mr. Seller's agent, you don't have a viewing anymore this evening. The good news is you get to stay home with your family. I've received the call. I've made the call. It happens all the time. So first-time home buyers, I'm talking to you right now. If you have not been in this situation before, there are houses that you want to see. You know who's going to represent you as a buyer. Let that agent make the calls, please. Not for the agent. For you. Sometimes sellers or sellers agents, they're going to get irritated. You don't want the person who you need to be able to negotiate with to dislike you. Tell your agent to make the call. That was clear, right? I need to start bringing more than one cup of coffee when I do this because I have one question left and 2 sips. 1 sip of coffee. This question is actually a true or false question, but if you know me at all, this will not be a one-word answer. The vast majority of houses sold in any market sell off of the multiple listing service, vast majority, mid to high 90s percentages. It doesn't matter what your listing agent's individual marketing abilities are because MLS is what sells your house. True or false? To say that a house sold on MLS, what that really means is that a buyer or a buyer's agent found the house on realtor.ca and agents assembled that deal. The huge majority of houses sell through MLS. That's very, very accurate. To make a claim that an individual listing agent's marketing abilities or skill sets don't impact how likely it is that that house sells is ludicrous. It's ridiculous. It doesn't add up at all. Of course it does. That's insane. I just realized I never even answered the question yet. It's false. It's really, really false. So false. True. No, it's false. The better marketer you are, the more likely you're going to increase traffic to your client's house. Hire realtors who are good marketers. That's all we are. We're marketers. We're not in sales. We're in marketing. We draw attention to things. We get people to raise their hand and say, yeah, I'm interested in real estate. That's the job of a realtor. You then take that opportunity and convert it into the best interest of whoever you're representing in that situation. So if you're hiring a realtor to sell your home, hire somebody who can get people to raise their hand. That's what marketing is. Anybody can hire a sign guy with the same sign as everybody else that's in their brokerage to stick into a wooden stake on your darn lawn so that somebody who drives by might coincidentally see it and call you to come have a look at it. Anybody can do that. Marketing is about understanding how to target people who are going to be interested. Like if you want to sell a condo that's in a 55 plus community, you have to market that property. You have to target people who are interested in what you have to offer. So you need to know how to reach that demographic. Now, I'm not going to tell you how I would reach that demographic. Well, actually, you know what? This is about advice. Yeah, I will tell you how I would reach that demographic. You can do that on Facebook. Like, I can go to Facebook with your house and I can send it to only people who are in this price range based on their annual income and based on their net worth and based on their age. I can target them directly with your condo for 55 plus people. That's marketing. This is a rant. False. Call somebody else. That was rude. I can't even get this out. It's so ridiculous. Okay, so that's it. 2 questions, and to be honest, I'm kind of glad for it because I'm at a coffee and I'm really tired. My little girl woke up last night. I didn't sleep very well. But yeah, this might not be the best episode. Anyway, episode 4, I'll be happier because I already know what the questions are, and I already have some options for questions. So I got to make it more cheerful. I want happier advice. But this part I don't like. This shirt doesn't fit very well. Do I look fat? I feel fat.